And now, it's the big moment. The moment you've all been waiting for. In every show, I like to do at least one song that's an original of mine. This I wrote myself, and I'm very proud of it, and we'd like to share it with you now, if you wouldn't mind.
Let me preface this. Robin wrote the lyrics for this.
I wrote the lyrics, but it is a complete song, and I had the honor of collaborating with one of the greatest composers of all time. It was a pleasure. George Gershwin.
Well,
he was very nice about it.
George never intended for this to have lyrics. Robin is just trotting on sacred ground by doing this, but...
Well, I figure after what we did to everyone else tonight, but...
He deserves it.
No. This is what this music says to me. And that's fair, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It actually tells a story.
It's a true story. I looked it all up. You can look it all up afterwards. It's about the whole... The historic moment, to get back to our theme, when classical music was married to jazz, and it was on a night in February in 1924 because of Paul Whiteman and his band.
That even predates your birth, doesn't it?
It does. Many people here, I would say. All right, you get the...
I'm the clarinet this time.
All right.
We'll wait until he's seated.
Absolute silence.
Come on in.
Okay.
Once classical music had nothing to do with American popular song, until a jazz man came along and wrote a Rhapsody in Blue.
This is the story of a man from Tin Pan Alley who bit off a little more than people thought he could chew. It happened once upon a time in old Manhattan, where a fat and happy man began a hullabaloo. He thought he'd organize a concert for composers, letting each submit some music, both symphonic and new.
He said it must be American, truly American.
The form and fabric must be clearly from the classics, but the themes and variations must be red, white, and blue. The late edition hit Ira Gershwin, who took the paper to George.
Whiteman is telling the world that you've promised to write a concerto in jazz for Aeolian Hall.
Musical styles Americans understand, rhythms of ragtime, Harlem, and Dixieland, written for orchestra and a concert grand. That's the concerto Gershwin has planned for my band.
Ira said, George, we've got a show touring aimed at Broadway. Oy vey.
Out on the road, George Gershwin wrote music day after day, sending it off to Whiteman's orchestrator, Ferdi Grofé. He took the train to every station in the nation, catching music in his pen. As he traveled the nation, syncopation told a tale of way back.
Night of the big debut.
What will Paul Whiteman do? Gershwin is not quite through.
Through the window, the sky is twilight blue. Silent memories in a rhapsody. In the moonlight, the world is blue and cold, hiding someone who used to hold me. Is it only because the tune is lonely that I'm so blue?
Is it only because the tune is lonely that I'm...
Suddenly Gershwin woke with a start and knew he still hadn't finished writing his part. He hopped in a taxi.
The band was playing his unfinished jazz concerto, but the calm and cool composer knew just what he should do. He simply improvised his solos at the keyboard, then he nodded to the orchestra to show he was through.
Somehow the sound was American, truly American.
The form and fabric were completely from the classics, but the